In this video, we go over the integral test for series. So let's start by definition of integral test, how we can apply the integral test for this series, and how it works. So to use the integral test, we suppose that we are looking for summation of f of n when n starts from the capital N goes to positive infinity. Now we consider the function f of x here. This is f of n. So we have function f of x in the interval from n to positive infinity. And now we evaluate the function f of x on this specific interval. If the function f of x has a specific properties like continuous, positive, and decreasing on this specific interval from n to positive infinity, then the theorem says that the behavior of integral of f of x dx from n to positive infinity, it's the same as the behavior of sigma f of n and from capital N to positive infinity. So if integral converge, then we can say that this theory converge, and if integral diverge, we can conclude that this theory diverge. So basically, if we evaluate f of x on the interval from n to positive infinity, if the function f is positive, continuous, and decreasing, all of them on the interval from n to positive infinity. We need to evaluate all of this. Then integral of f of x dx from n to positive infinity behave and sigma f of n, and from n to positive infinity, these two behave the same. So our approach for the sigma f of n from capital N to positive infinity, checking convergence or divergence, indicates that the function f is positive, continuous, and decreasing. And if the function is in the way that we can calculate the integral from n to positive infinity, it's to calculate the integral. If the answer is infinity, then definitely sigma f of n from n to positive infinity diverge, and if integral converge, then the series converge as well. So let's work on one problem and see how we can use the integral test to test convergence or divergence for a series. For example, sigma f of x, or 1 over n to power 4, and from 1 to positive infinity. Consider this function 1 over n to power 4. This is not a geometric series. So let's see if we can apply the integral test here. Consider the function 1 over x to power 4 on the interval from 1 to positive infinity. We need to ask ourselves if the function f of x is positive on the interval from 1 to positive infinity. Because here n starts from 1 goes to positive infinity, or x starts from 1 goes to positive infinity, 1 over x to power 4 always is positive. Even x was negative because the exponent here is even. X to power 4 always is positive. But if here it was x to power 3, also it was positive on this specific interval. And then we need to check that if the function f of x is continuous on the interval from 1 to positive infinity. We know that the function 1 over x to power 4, it's not continuous everywhere because the domain is all real number except 0, but it is continuous from 1 to positive infinity because this interval does not include 0. So the answer to this question also is yes. And the last question, if f of x is decreasing on the interval from 1 to positive infinity. To evaluate if it is decreasing or not in general, the best way is to finding the derivative of function. It should be negative. Let's suppose that I found the derivative and it is negative. After checking all these three properties, now I can apply integral test. And I know that integral from 1 to positive infinity for the function 1 over x squared dx behave the same as the sigma 1 over n to power 4 and from 1 to positive infinity. Now let's calculate this integral. It is an easy one because it's from 1 to positive infinity. It's improper integral. First of all, we need to write it as limit from 1 to b goes to positive infinity. And it is x to power negative 4 dx. How we can take the integral of x to power n? It is x to power n plus 1 over n plus 1. So it is the limit when b approaches positive infinity, x to power n plus 1 over n plus 1 from 1 to b. And if you calculate, denominator is negative 3, so I can put negative 1/3 in front of limit, and a numerator is x to power negative 3. I can rewrite it as x to power 3 in the denominator. B approaches positive infinity from 1 to b, and it is a definite integral, so let's put b and 1 instead of x. So we have negative 1/3, 1 over limit of 1 over b to power 3 when b approaches positive infinity, minus 1 over 1 to power 3. And here I don't use the limit because a limit of 1 over 1 to power 3, it's just when b approaches infinity is just 1. So here the answer is, if b is infinity, b to power 3 is infinity, 1 over infinity is 0. So the answer, this part is 0, minus 1 is negative 1, and the final answer is positive 1/3. As you see, the integral converge to 1/3, and by the integral test, I can conclude that because this one converges, I can conclude that by integral test, sigma 1 over n to power 4 and from 1 to positive infinity converge as well. A question here can be, when I used the integral test and I found that integral from 1 to positive infinity, 1 over x to power 4, converge to 1 third, does it mean that the summation of these three also is 1/3? The answer is no. When we use integral test, we just conclude that the behavior of integral, if it's converged, it's the same as the series and converge. If integral diverge, then we conclude that the series diverge. But if integral converge to a specific um, number, it doesn't mean that the summation of the series is that a specific value. So integral of 1 over x to power 4 dx from 1 to positive infinity, it's not definitely equals to the summation of series. It can happen in some cases that they are equals to each other, but it is not a rule. By using the integral test, we can estimate the remainder for a series. So remainder Rn, it's between integral of f of x dx from n plus 1 to positive infinity and integral of f of x dx from n to positive infinity. So we can use this inequality to estimate Rn, for example, R10 in the case that n is equals to 10. And another use is when we are looking for the term n and we want a specific accuracy for summation of the series. For example, let's suppose that in the previous example, which was the sigma 1 over n to power 4 from 1 to positive infinity, I'm looking for a specific accuracy like 10 to negative 4. So I'm looking for accuracy of 10 to negative 4. How we approach this problem? So I'm looking for a specific n and this specific accuracy. So Rn in this case that I'm looking for n here should be less than or equals integral from n, again I don't know what is n here, to positive infinity, and the function is 1 over x to power 4 dx. But I'm looking for specific accuracy, and this specific accuracy it's 10 to negative 4 or 1 over 10,000, right? So Rn should be less than or equals to this amount. Right now I'm looking for n. I don't know about Rn, so this is not equals, sorry, it should be less. And now I work with this part. So integral of 1 over x to power 4 dx from n to positive infinity is less than this number, and I solve the integral. Okay, previously we solved this integral and we know that it's negative 1/3 limit of 1 over b to power 3 minus 1 over n to power 3, because the definite integral from n to positive infinity, and here b approaches positive infinity. If b approaches positive infinity, this value it's 0, and in the square bracket the remaining part is negative 1 over n to power 3. So the answer for this part is negative 1 over n to power 3 times negative 1/3. It's equals to a positive 1 over 3 n to power 3 should be less than 1 over 10,000. Now we need to solve this inequality. So the reciprocal 3 n to power 3 should be greater than reciprocal of 1 over 10,000, then n to power 3 should be greater than 10,000 divided by 3. So n to power 3 should be greater than 3,333.3. So root 3 of n to power 3 is n should be greater than root 3 of 3,333.3, which is 14.93. Now, what is the value of n? N is a natural number, right? So n is greater than 14.9. The next and at least the least number for n can be 15. So n at least be 15 for this specific accuracy. It means that we need at least summation of 15 first terms of the sequence to have the accuracy of 10 to negative 4 for the remaining of this series. I hope you get the material for the integral test, how we can apply it, and how we do the process. See you in the next video.